everyone, great to see you all again. I hope you're doing really well at home, practicing lots, getting on your mats and breathing consciously. Today's class is going to be for the cyclists of you out there. You don't have to be a cyclist, do not worry. Perhaps you play other sports, you work out, and perhaps you just need a good stretch. So we're definitely going to be working into those hip flexors today. We're going to be taking a little bit more of a look around the thoracic spine, the mid-spine as well, opening that up with some rotations, as well as working into the calves and the feet. So lots of work, full body stretch as well, of course, always. Coming into this nice comfortable seat, I've got a block underneath my sitting bones, so if you want anything, cushion pillow, definitely do that as well. Be mindful of your body today if you have any niggles, any injuries. Always remember to breathe into all of those parts of your body and really listen to what's going on. So begin to roll the shoulders back and down into their place, the scapula drawing down, hands onto the backs of onto the tops of the thighs, palms facing down, and just start to come into your breath. Nice and easy, inhaling and exhaling. So we're just going to hold this posture, just a seated Virasana. Hero's pose, knees together, knees apart, whatever works with you. Breathing in, breathing out. Start to notice where your breath is coming from, this time on your mat in this moment. So very gently tuck your rib cage under so the ribs aren't flaring, the belly button draws in. Breathing into your lower abdomen. And then when you're ready, nod the chin into the chest. Release your fingertips just right by your side and start to draw those fingertips behind you. Start to turn your thumbs to the side of your mat, the fingertips away, and just roll those shoulders back. Try not to arch your lower back in this posture, so keep a neutral spine. Rib cage dropping under, chin into chest. You can keep the eyes closed or gently flutter them open. When you're ready, begin to push the hips forwards, round through the back. You can walk the fingertips a little bit further away, open up through chest and heart, and really open up through the shoulders. On your exhale, nod the chin into the chest. Try and keep those fingertips behind you, draw the belly in, and keep those shoulders rolling outwards. Inhale, open up, perhaps fingertips walk away a little bit more. And on your exhale, tuck the tailbone under, ribcage drops, chin to chest. Allow the fingertips to just gently come back and gently move the neck from side to side. Create those circles round. Taking the hands to the crown of the head and just placing a little bit more weight to stretch out the neck. When you're ready, plant the fingertips down. Curl the toes under. You can move that block just to the side now if you had it there. As you curl the toes, we're going to come into that yogi toe squat. Perhaps just begin to move the pinky toe if it's got trapped underneath. And then place the hands onto the thighs, roll the shoulders back and down. And just hold there, stretching out the underneath side of the feet. Belly tucks under. Gently nod the chin into the chest and just hold. Breathing in, breathing out. Right hand lifts, take hold of the fingertips and pull the hand back. Switch side. Try and keep that posture. You might be feeling it in the feet, the ankles. If it's too much, you can release, but if you can, stay where you are. Come round the opposite direction, pressing the top of the hand into the palm of the right. Nice long left arm and switch sides. So right arm long, drawing that palm back. So stretching the forearms, the wrist flexors and extensors. Hands come together, clasping, and just take those rotations round for the wrists. Breathing in, breathing out. You're almost there on those legs. And when you're ready, release the hands down. Tap out the tops of the feet. Bring some life back into them. A little bit of movement through the neck again, the hips. Taking the hands a little bit further forwards. Coming into your cow stretch. Look up with the eyes. Exhale around, chin into chest. Come up onto the fingertips, curl the toes under, draw the belly in. Chin into chest and then drop the palms down. Drop the top of the feet down, tuck the tailbone under again, like a neutral spine. So don't tuck too much and flatten the back. Just keep the navel, belly button drawing in. From there, you're going to curl the toes toes under again for the stretch on the feet and lift into that bear. So we're activating our core here, strong through the arms, nice flat back. Inhale, exhale. From there you're going to slide that right leg back and really push some weight into that right calf muscle. You can always drop down onto the left knee or stay in that hover. Holding there, inhale, exhale. Left leg comes back, come into your plank pose. Slide the right knee in and press back into your left foot, your left heel, stretching the calf. Draw the left knee back in and then lower down. Uncurl the toes. Take the knees nice and wide, the feet wide, and drop into your frog stretch. We're going to do that one more time. Fingertips stretching away from you, hips dropping back, breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, rise and come up. Hands underneath the shoulders. Pressing down through the tops of the feet, draw the belly in. Nice flat back. Stay active in those arms, lifting up and out of the shoulders. This time curling both toes under, lifting up into the bear. Draw the belly in, press, 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 just an inch away for those knees. When you're ready, left leg slides back to start off with, and almost like a seesaw, push some weight backwards into that left leg, left heel. When you're ready, right foot comes back, come into your plank. Left leg slides forwards, stretch into the right side. Right knee comes through, come back into bear. And when you're ready, drop down onto the knees, uncurl the toes, take the knees wide, nice and wide. Big toes come to touch this time, drop your hips back. Turn the palms to face upwards if it feels good. Rotating those thumbs away. And then we're going to drop ourselves into a poppy pose or melted heart from there. So if you've taken this posture before and you might be nice and warm because you might have already done a workout, if you're fresh and you need a bit extra or you need to gently move into the posture first, plant the forearms down, lift up just enough, and then start to move from that posture. So walk the fingertips. If you know that this posture is good for you and you can begin to slide because you've got the work in the lower back, the chest, begin to turn the palms down and stay in that puppy pose. The chin can come down or perhaps the forehead comes down. And if you can, stay active through the feet by pressing down through the tops of the feet, but also connecting through your big toes. And breathe. Start to shuffle the hands back just enough to drop yourself back down into that child's pose, frog pose variation. Inhaling and exhale. Start to rise and come up onto all fours, walking those knees underneath the hips, hands facing forwards. From there, you're going to take a little lift through the knees, so you come onto the tops of the feet, stretching out the front of the thighs, through the front of your shins, your tibialis. From there, curl the toes under and lift the hips all the way back up and down into a down face dog. Toes coming forwards, heels pressing down. Take the top of the right foot and just begin to stretch that out. Top of the foot onto the mat and release, and then the left side. Release. Look between the space in your hands. Gaze forward. You can always soften those knees a little bit more as well, lift the hips high, and then step that right foot right between your fingertips. Drop down onto the back knee, uncurl the toe, and then when you're ready, you're going to inhale and lift the arms all the way up. And as you do that, you're going to come all the way up and out of the stretch. Arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale, lace the fingertips behind the head, thumbs going down the base of the neck. And when you're ready, keeping nice and upright, exhale, nod the chin, elbows come together. So try not to lean into this one, stay upright, tuck your tailbone, you're going to start to feel that stretch down through your left hip flexor. Squeeze your bum. Keep nodding chin to chest, round through the spine. Breathing in, breathing out. On the inhale, use the back of the head to push into the hands and open up through chest and heart. You can stay there or begin to, as you keep the tailbone tucked under, move forwards into that lunge and open through chest and heart. Keep the elbows coming nice and wide. You can always lower the hands onto the top of the right thigh. Inhale and exhale, release both hands down to the mat. Curl the back toe under, set yourself back through into a plank pose, and then you're just going to wave the hips back into that down dog again. Take your time, soften through the knees, lift the hips nice and high, lift the heels off your mat, gaze forwards, take a moment to lengthen through the neck, and then when you're ready, step the left foot through. Drop down onto the back knee, uncurl the toe, we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So on the inhale, lift up and out of your stretch, tuck the tailbone under, shoulders away from the ears. Don't worry if those shoulders are creeping up though, that's natural. Your scapula is going to move up and down and you want that movement. Breathing in, breathing out. When you're ready, lace the hands. Try and lace the opposite way this time, the more awkward way. Thumbs down the base of the neck, inhale. And exhale, nod the chin into the chest. This time feeling that stretch coming through the right hip flexor or hip flexors. You have to firm up this back right thigh quite a lot, pressing into the top of the foot there. Holding, inhaling. Exhale, left knee drawing out. On the inhale, open up through chest and heart. And on your exhale, either stay or begin to lower yourself into that stretch. Breathing in, breathing out, still firm in the legs, the toes spreading wide. Really pressing my head into my hands. There might even be a little lower back, just a movement, an arch. Inhale and exhale, both hands down to the mat. Curl the back toe under, sit yourself back into plank as well. Nice and strong, hollow out the body, draw the belly in. And then lift the hips nice and high, back into your down dog. Feet hip distance, maybe even a little bit wider. Bend the knees. Take a few moments to nod the chin into the chest and then look towards the thumbs. Release the head, the neck. Come back onto the top of the right foot. Stretch that out. Release the foot back down, the left side. And release it down. Gaze between your fingertips once again, and when you're ready this time, begin to lower onto the knees. Knees nice and wide, big toes come to touch again. Taking the left hand directly underneath heart center with that first finger facing forward. So there's that little rotation of the elbow and rotation of that shoulder. Hand to the back of the neck, again the head. Exhaling, elbow down, right elbow towards left wrist. And inhale, open up through that side body. Allow that left hip to drop in. Allow that rotation to happen. You can look up or keep your gaze down depending on how the neck feels. Keep those toes touching. Perhaps you open up through the arm, those right fingertips, and you hold there. Or you begin to turn the palm to face away from you, and that thumb, the hand, the arm slides down onto that left hip. Either taking a bind and gazing right over that right shoulder. Holding there, stay strong in this left arm. Inhale, lift the arm all the way back up. And on your exhale, you're going to start to soften through that left elbow, thread that right arm all the way underneath so you plant down onto the right shoulder. You may just take a block or something for the head, or use the left fingertips, or if you're able to, you're going to send that left hand away to the top right edge of your mat. Stretching the fingertips away from you. Option to release the hand behind or keep that arm stretching all the way out. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale. Hand comes back underneath the head and lift all the way up through that left palm. One more time, opening up on the inhale. And exhale, right hand switches straight away with the left, right underneath heart center. First finger points forwards. Big toes come to touch. Just reset, draw the belly in, nice and strong through your core. Hand to the back of the head. Elbow towards the right wrist on your exhalation. Soften through that right elbow. Inhale, begin to open up. And notice the difference between the sides. If you're having to work hard on the right arm, the right leg, perhaps you open up through those left fingertips. And you might begin to turn the palm, the thumb away, and slide that hand behind you, taking hold of the hip on that right side. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale. Open up back through that left arm, and on your exhale, thread that left arm all the way underneath, the palm facing upwards. Walk yourself onto the top of that shoulder. Use the right fingertips like a tripod to lift you. Draw the belly in. Or perhaps you start to take that right arm either straight forward, or if you can, diagonally across to the left side of your mat. Big toes touching. Drawing the belly in, breathing as much as you can. Last breath. Start to lift through the right arm, back underneath, and lift all the way back up. This time onto all fours. Knees come in. Release the top of the feet as well if you need to. Curl the toes under. Round through the back. Come into a cat stretch. And inhale, come into your cat. Halfway between the two is your neutral spine. Drop yourself back and down into your child's pose. Forehead to the mat. Palms facing upwards. Energy in the thumbs, the base of the thumbs. On your inhale, come all the way back up again. Curl the toes under. Keep the knees bent if you'd like to. Or lower the heels into down face dog. Heels outwards, toes slightly turned in so you hide the heels behind the toes. And then when you're ready, look between the space in your hands. So you're looking forwards and the chin lifts. And then step that right foot through. Drop the back knee down. You can uncurl the toe. Or you can keep it curled, just your preference on this one. And then slide the hips back. So a half Hanumanasana. Option to keep the foot down. Soften through the knee, and that might just get into the belly, the hamstring, or you can start to lift the heel up. From there, we're going to start to take the left hand over to meet the right and walk those hands around to the side. You might find in this posture that you feel quite good there and you can hold. There's even an option to come onto the palms, and perhaps you even just lower back today onto that leg and the left knee stays bent, and you begin to slide those hands outwards. So that's just an option. Sliding the hands down the mat, dropping your belly on top of the right thigh, continue to flex the right foot, or of course you can stay up in your Hanuman split with that little rotation. So work with what feels good. It's strong diet down your IT band. Inhale. Exhale. Start to walk the hands all the way back round. Move yourself forwards. Set yourself back into your plank pose. Hollow out the body. Push away through your shoulders. And exhale yourself back into your down dog. Check your alignment. Hips lovely and high. Again, soften those knees if you need to. Nod the chin into the chest. Inhale, look forwards. Exhale, step the left foot right between your fingertips. Drop the back knee down. Again, option to uncurl the toe. We'll keep it there. And then move those hips backwards. So the left hip comes back, probably more than the right, just to balance you out. Belly and chest coming forwards, crown of the head forwards, rather than rounding and just coming down. Flex the foot if it feels good. Find that balance, that stability, and then walk the right hand over, coming into that rotation, into your IT band, hamstring. And again, there's the option, you'll see it a little bit better on this side, to begin to lower yourself, releasing the calf, so like a half Virasana pose. And then hands come together and then slide them apart. And of course you can stay up in your Namaste. Breathing in, breathing out. One more breath. Slide the hands back together, lift back up onto that right knee. Move the hands either side of the left foot. Body comes forwards. Curl the back toe under. Set yourself back again into your high plank pose. From this high plank, we're going to lower either all the way down, like a tricep press up, or onto the knees first. So elbows in. Don't worry about them dropping right into the waist. Think about controlling your shoulders, your scapula, all the way down to the mat. Roll your shoulders back up and down. Just take a moment to come into a low baby cobra, belly button on the mat, elbows drawing behind you. And then release the forehead to the mat. From there, we're going to take the right arm nice and long, or cactus the arm, depending on how much space you have today. Drop the forehead down, come up onto the left fingertips, bend the left leg, flexing the left toes, the left foot. Begin to lift the hip away, the knee comes off the mat, and then slowly rotate yourself onto your right hip, gaze over towards those left fingertips, walking the right hand away from you. You might hover there and hold in this open wing, or you might find you're able to drop the toes down. Breathing in, breathing out. Don't worry if the leg is just hanging a little bit further down. The stretch is also in the shoulder, the chest, as well as that hip. One more breath. Rotate yourself back through center. You can always hold these stretches for as long as you like. Just pause and come back to them. And then slide the right arm in. Switching sides, left hand to the outside. Tent the fingertips on the right, forehead to the mat. Bend through the right knee, flex the foot. Push the heel away from you so you contract your bum. And then begin to roll over onto your left side. Come up onto the toes, walk the hand in. Try to think about this knee pushing up and away from you, opening out the hips, the groin. Find your breath all the way into your side body, your back ribs. And then when you're ready, nice and easy, begin to roll back through center. Releasing. Roll the shoulders, place the hands underneath. Curl the toes under, see if you can slide your knees in enough to press yourself up. Backing elbows and back it down into your child's pose. From there, you're going to roll up through the spine, vertebra by vertebra. When you get so far that the hands are right by your knees, you're going to curl those toes back under and come to sit again in your virasana or a yogi squat. Roll the shoulders back and down, release the upper body, and just take a moment again to stretch the feet, the underneath side of your feet, your plantar. Rib cage drops. Two more breaths. To notice where you feel that in the body. Notice if you feel any different through the upper body, openness through the chest. And then when you're ready, start to ease off. Walk the feet just to the side of you. So from there, you're going to line up your left shin with the top short edge of your mat, flexing the foot, and then you're going to drop that right knee right into there. We're then going to take a stretch all the way around, a rotation all the way around, over that left leg, dropping our fingertips behind us and pushing that right hip through. So really lengthening through that right quadricep. Flexing the feet, nice and active. Come up onto the fingertips. Releasing through the neck. Move yourself back forwards, and as you do so, the hands can come either right by the hips or just behind you, and start to move the body forwards, balancing through both hips. And you can drop the hands through onto your forearms, or perhaps you make a fist, one on top of the other, and bow the head. So this is very similar to our pigeon pose. You're just not focusing too much on the hip flexors on that right side. Instead, just working into the piriformis, the glutes on the left. Breathing in. Breathing out. Roll up through the spine. And then this right leg, we're going to lift it up and take that right foot across. So you might need to wiggle that left leg in just enough across the knee. Right fingertips behind you, inhale, sit tall, left arm all the way up. Exhale, drop that hand across the body. So the left fingertips can come onto the hip, you can keep the hand coming up into that spinal twist. Seated spinal twist, fingertips behind you, supporting you, keeping you right on your sitting bones. Work with what feels good, perhaps you even have a bind, or you just keep nice and open today. Inhaling, and exhale. Just take a brief counter twist, so to the opposite side, right elbow into the right knee, fleshy part of the knee. And as you come back through centre, you're going to release the right leg and drop the right shin so it's parallel to the top edge. The left knee is going to come into the arch of that foot, rolling the calf muscle just out to the side, so it's give us a little bit more space there. And then we're going to walk the hands over to that right hand side. As we do that, push that left hip forwards, take that twist, gaze down, work in your breath. Squeeze your left bum cheek, relax the shoulders, the neck. Keep the breath going all the way into your belly. And as you come back through centre, fingertips drop behind you. Exhale, move yourself forwards with a nice long spine. Find that edge in your stretch and then walk your hands through. So you should start to feel that into your right hip this time. Again, you might make the fists opposite side and drop the forehead, the space between your brows, your third eye onto the forehead, onto the hands. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale. Exhale. Start to decompress. Move your breath into any spaces that you are finding resistance, compression, any tension in the body. And slowly as you lift back up again, this time that left leg is going to release and you're going to whip that left leg across the outside of your right. Left fingertips are going to drop behind you. Inhale, lift through the right arm, sit nice and tall. Exhale, twist and take that right arm to the outside of the knee. Fingertips behind, sit lovely and tall. On the inhale, you sit tall and you find that length. And on the exhale, see if you can twist a little bit more. Inhaling, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, sitting tall, lengthen, create the space. Exhale, move into that space. Switching sides, just taking that counter twist, left hand to the inside. Move back through centre. Allow the outer edges of the feet to come together at the very top edge of your mat. Sit lovely and tall, and we're just going to take a roll down from there. Hands can be underneath the thighs or the inside if you need that support, or draw the belly in and begin to roll yourself all the way down, vertebra by vertebra. And release. Hands come either side of the legs, just holding in Supta Baddha Konasana. Taking a moment there. Allow the knees to come together. Walk the feet out. And then you're just going to allow both knees to drop over to the right hand side. Option to lift that right foot and place it on top of the left, so like a windshield. Palms facing up and just release. It's a little bit too much mental rotation. And just ease off, let the foot drop down. or use that foot as leverage to open up through your right hip that little bit more. Release the foot, right foot down, and move the knees, the hips over to the left hand side. Again, this time the left foot can come on top of your right thigh, opening through the left hip, closing internal rotation of your right side. Find your breath, breathing into both side body, back ribs. And as you release the left foot, come all the way back through center. Draw the knees into your chest, massage out the lower back. If you want to take a happy baby pose, knees come up, arms to the inside, hands to the outside of the feet. You can always hit the toes together and come into a Baddha Konasana variation, or stay with happy baby. Move from side to side. If you want to stay here for a little bit longer, definitely do that. Flexing the feet so they're parallel with the heavens above, with your ceiling. Toes come to touch, take the knees wide, use your arms wherever you are, and then slowly begin to drop the feet down. Take your hands behind the head, lace those fingertips, open the elbows wide, allow the knees to drop wide, and we're just going to stay here as our restorative pose, as a moment to let all of that good stuff take hold of our body. Opening the hips, opening the heart, the chest. Nod the chin into the chest, just lengthen through the back of the neck. Stay here for as long as you can. If you have a good 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. If you are done for the day, move your breath all the way down into your lower abdomen. Begin to bring a little bit of life back into the body. Rock from side to side. If you like to move over to your right cheek and shoulder, definitely do that. Or begin to lift and rock yourself all the way up into your comfortable seat, exactly where we started. Close down the eyes. Turn the palms to face upwards. Really drop those thumbs outwards today. Inhale through the nose. Full breath, and feel the openness, the expanse of your diaphragm as you use the whole of the chest to breathe. We often close ourselves when we're cycling, so open up now. Exhale. Thumbs all the way through to your heart center in Namaste Mudra. Inhale. Exhale. Living your life to its fullest, embrace your life with passion, bowing to the divine in each and every one of you, saying thank you so much for coming onto your mats. Keep getting outdoors, keep practicing, keep cycling. Namaste.